Then redirecting. Going back that way. That one's muted, so that should be good. Should be okay. Now go back to Zoom. Done. Done. Ah, we're back. Okay. One more button. Can you have a colorful shirt or jacket on?
Yeah. I like to stand out in the crowd sometimes.
Oh, that's the one that's got, that is like a bowling ball or something up here, or Saturn, or Jupiter.
Yeah, it's a Jetson kind of thing.
The Jetsons, yeah.
Yeah, see the colors, patterns, yeah. Just for fun.
So what I thought, if I can get that all to stay there, stay put.
Well, Charles is wearing another one of his bold T-shirts.
Yes.
Show us your T-shirt. Show us the T-shirt here, Charles.
You what now?
I says you're wearing another one of those bold T-shirts, and I was trying to get a good look at it.
Oh, yeah, it's a Michael Jordan shirt.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, it is. I got on the back.
I'm going to invert this just a minute. Today is, they're celebrating the 50th birthday or anniversary of hip hop.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Come on, camera. Come on, camera. So, and I was listening to one of they interviewed on CBS News this morning, some of the people, the sons and grandsons of some of the people that first started it. And so we're going to do a little, well, anyway, keep going. They were talking about how it's improv, that it all started because they have certain dances people would do and playing music, and then they'd have a break. And when they took a break, then that's when they did break dancing, and it was all improv. So they did what they wanted to do, and that's how hip hop and all that kind of dancing was started. So I was thinking about Tai Chi. It's basically improv. You know, that's just not gonna work. Dadgummit. I'm sorry. We get that stand, Ken, we're just gonna be all fixed up here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So it's, Tai Chi is basically improv, because you can do it very regimented, but you have to do a certain, certain movements a certain way, hold yourselves. It's always like relax, but you have to keep things fairly stiff because in order to keep it looking like it's supposed to. And then the way we're doing with Tai Chi 1, 2, 3, it's a little more improv, because they were working with a young woman who was a descendant or granddaughter of the person who started it. And she was saying, so, it's just, you learn a few basic moves, and then you can put them together any way you want to, and just have a good time and relax. And I thought, well, isn't that what Tai Chi is all about?
Yeah.
We learn some basic moves, and then we can just put it together any way we want to feel good and have a better life. So here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. Find a good place on the floor, feet about hip width apart. We're just going to inhale as we expand. If we're a hot air balloon filling with air, all parts of our body expanding, slowly and filling us all up. Feel air everywhere in your body, filling you up. Your hands are going to come together here, like we're around a fireman's pole. And we're just going to exhale and slide down. Just inhale again. Just let your arms just kind of, shoulders, everything's just relaxed. Just inhale. Inhaling more and more and more. Now, if we're around the fireman's pole, our feet gonna be wrapped around the pole, everything, and we just parallel with the pole, we just go, ah. Everything sinks. Inhale again. Then we let the hands come together in front like we're holding a big balloon, embracing the moon. Inhale out again. Inhale in again. Then basic movements. Here, one's going to go down, one goes out a little bit, come back in. The basic movements, we just shift the weight from one side. So exhale to the other. Inhale. And sliding down the pole. On the edge, and then just as we relax and exhale all the way across, just let our hip wants to turn us. We let that happen, we exhale back. Just let the hip turn, whatever feels good. If it stops there, then stop there. Just let it go. It'll be a little stiff when we first start, but just like anything, once we do it a few times, our body's going to say, oh, I got it. I know what I'm going to be doing. Sure, I can do that. Look at that. I can do all that way. Let me just go back. We're just turning our head. The other part is that our hands are moving. They're going to be basically making circles. Inhale. A lot of times the circle will go down right in front of me, but it's not straight down. It goes down off a little bit to the other side. This one comes up, and the other come down. And the inhale as one comes up. The reason we have it come a little bit across is it's going to help make that left-right brain connection. Help them have stronger connections and more integrated. So if one is injured, one part of the brain is injured, the other part can carry on. They're not separated, they're all connected. Like every part of us is connected. Just shifting our weight from one foot to the other, one leg to the other. It's almost all through the hip. So we want to make sure our toes are aligned underneath, our knees line over the toe. So it looks like between the big toe, second toe, or do this way, thumb, the others. Inhale up, relax down, check it here. And if you feel a little twinge or something, just move your toe or your heel until you get a spot where it just feels happy. It wants to just relax. Inhale. Yeah. We're going this way. Sometimes we'll come this way. We'll come up. Go across. Now inhale this way. Go across. And just relaxing everything. So our hips are going to move. Inhale, get full of air and sink down. We're going to keep the hands fairly close to the body. Everything's relaxed, everything's loose. but we're not going to be going off like this. I was watching some videos of me from a couple of years ago. I was going off like this. I was doing this stuff. But remembering it's a martial art, we want to protect our organs. We just keep everything fairly close. Everything stays nice and circular and spiraling. Because in all of this, we are spiraling our energy. From right here in the dantian, our furnace, feed the furnace with the inhale, and then it just goes, we just spend that energy and spin. And as we spiral that energy like this, we're massaging all of our internal organs. We're using all of the power of our hip and legs. Send the energy out. The only thing different in terms of, obviously it looks a whole lot different, but hip hop and Tai Chi is the speed, because hip hop is usually done very fast, and Tai Chi isn't. Hip hop is usually done by younger people, and older people may say, "No, I can't do that anymore, but I can do this." And this can be the Tai Chi. Tai Chi works for everybody. And if you're nervous, feeling anxious about it, afraid of what might be coming today, something that's got you worried, don't let it, don't worry, be happy. It's all what it is. And just let the hip turn. Inhale, relax down. Be aware of your body, where it's at in space, what's going on. So many times we end up so focused, and maybe we're focused on that thing that has us bothered. Maybe we're focused on, it's kind of like aiming at something, and we're focused on that point right there. And we miss so much of life. So that's one nice thing about when we turn our hip and spiral our energy. Let's say right now I'm looking at paintings right in front of me here. I inhale and I just relax and let go. And I can see everything else around me. It takes the time to see where it is, appreciate it. We are open to all kinds of new experiences. Nothing from the past is bothering us. We just appreciate everything around us, nature. Everything just floats along, flows along. We'll be aware of our feet and how our feet are doing. So now we're just going 5-10 minutes back and forth. It's just the weight back with the hip, and forward with the hip. Relax down, inhale, relax down over here. When we do that, we're going to slow it down even more. We're really going to take our time to feel how we are relaxed, how we're releasing, how we're letting go of tension, anxiety, tightness, pain, everything. So, inhale. That foot's going to gently roll down. Inhale. Just back. moves the other foot, move this one, put the heel down. Every movement you want to make. Someone yesterday at the zoo, Case Garden, we were doing this. And she realized, you know, when I do it like this, I can feel the chi, my energy down my fingertips. My fingertips just start to get tingly, buzzy. Yep. It's nice. It's always nice when people, wow, I can feel it. Like we're going through the water, letting the wave lift us up and move us through the rest of the water. They can feel the resistance, the thickness of the ocean as we're moving through it. It's no effort. The wave for us, the wave is just taking us across. Maybe right over here, something just gives us a little push and we just float. If the hand wants to turn over and do something a little different, that's fine. Exhale, just sink down a little when we exhale. And sliding down that pole again. You know, I was with a group of instructors once. They're all saying, when do we breathe? I couldn't figure out when they were supposed to breathe. And typically when we inhale is right on, when the movement stops and we're going to start a new position, we feel like just like we're going to go on a big trip. Everything packed up, ready to go, everything we'll need. And then we get in the car and we just go. We stop the night, get more supply. The Tai Chi is that. This is the journey. Just exhale here. Inhale, and maybe we exhale back. People are saying, well, why is it important? Because when we move, we want everything to be completely relaxed. They're just blowing out any tightness. Melt. As we inhale, we get a little taller. So we're full of air, buoyant. The ocean lifts us up. And as we exhale, we're letting that go. So sink down. Inhale, a little taller. And here, I'm going to inhale. And as I'm sliding down that pole, inhale and then just slide down the pole. Weight comes more to this hip. We can turn. Inhale, slide down the pole. When you do it this way, after a while, I don't know how many it's going to be for you, maybe 10, it could be 50, I don't know. But as we're doing this, we inhale, we slide down the pole, let everything float down, shift the weight over gradually. Inhale, slide down here. As your hips get stronger, all these muscles get stronger doing that, it will feel effortless. They'll just be right here. I'm full of air, so I'm floating almost on top of the water. Then I let it go and everything just inhale up again. Just simple little things, just feels, everything's effortless. This body just goes. Inhale, then just let it go. While we exhale, as we're moving. As if any part of it is tight, you have disease, illness, pain someplace, we relax, we'll just let go. And you may gradually want to like put, in terms of using the hip, just leave both feet instead of pivoting on this back foot, for instance. Just relax it down and turn the hip. You may not turn as much, but it's just going to be. Just be aware of the muscles in your legs and your hips. If you're doing it, the different group of muscles get involved when you do it this way. So how are you gentlemen feeling?
Warming up.
Warming up?
Yeah, two things for me. Obviously, the one most important is getting the kinks out of my back, particularly along the tailbone and hip. That's very useful in getting rid of the pain. But as I'm doing this, I told you that I have periods where I'm trying to be very complete in the whole spiral. I mean, that means shifting, rotating, spiraling, moving the hands, keeping them close enough, trying to be very precise. And then I take pauses where I'm more sloppy. I'm just moving side to side, not so much Don shit, not really trying to stretch it out. And, to get a breather for me, but also my legs. One of the reasons I have to sit down is, as you're doing this, we've talked about the heart pump in your foot. So you're moving back and forth, but you're never really leaving the foot that much off the ground. So it doesn't have a chance to fill with blood. And then as you push down, that blood is squeezed out of the legs. So when I go to sitting, right, my legs are getting kind of heavy, slower, harder to move, And so what I'll do is sit down. And the benefit of that is, I think I mentioned it before, is that I can rotate when I'm doing that. I can put heel down and toe up, so I can alternate them. All right, so when I'm pushing off the heel, but at that moment I'm lifting the foot on the other side. Then when I get the weight over there, I put down the heel, right, and lift the foot so that the foot gets squeezed, the heel gets squeezed, the foot gets squeezed. And because I'm taking it slow, that's giving me enough time to revitalize and refill the pump and push it up. And after a few minutes of that, my legs revive. All right, and they're less heavy and easy to move around. And this is part of the thing. You talk about embracing the moon, okay, which has always been a big thing in Tai Chi. Every place is embracing the moon, because as long as when you're doing the embracing of the moon, right, you can begin to feel this magnetic energy transmission between the two of them. I mean, it's not just infrared, right, which is just heat bodies. There's more of an energy that you can feel through the cup of it. And so you begin to build this energy, and it feels good. And the endorphins help with it, the blood circulation helps with it, but there's more to it. There's energy. And when you can begin to transmit it down through the body and up, but for me, it starts right here. All right, and that's the intensity, and then bound, and getting my feet to do that, very difficult. All right, but when I'm sitting down, I have the ability, to curl the toes, right, and these other.
I'm gonna go get a chair. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh. All right, Charles, we're getting a chair.
Okay,
Okay.
what I'm doing.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna pivot everything around, see if I can get. I can get to show more of the chair without having to show all the keyboard stuff.
Back up and sit down, because you don't know what the screen's going to do until you get there.
Yeah.
So sit. Yeah, see, it adjusts down to you. It's past your knees.
And then it shows the bottom of the keyboard, so you still can't see my feet.
Right. Well, we'll solve that later.
Yep, we'll solve it later. So,
So I was talking with Madon, Charles, about why I sit, get heavy and all that, and how I, through other exercises that I've done with Madon, where we curl the feet, the toes, we flatten out, and so that when I'm sitting, I use the heel of one foot to push off of, right? So I've got the heel pushing off. That means on this side, let's say it's like this, and on the other side, it's like that. So I'm pushing down on the front of the foot, the ball of the foot, not just the toes, but the ball. And that means as I put my pressure over there, as I kick over, right, the pressure then releases off of this side, and now I'm pushing this one. So I get different sets of muscles in the legs that are squeezing differently because I'm pushing heel, but I'm alternating. So I'm pumping the feet. I don't know if I've said this or you knew about it, that your feet are actually a heart. All right. And there's these little sacs at the bottom of the feet. And when you lift your foot, they fill with blood. And when you put your foot down, right, that squeezes the blood out of the foot and up into the veins in the legs. And the veins in the legs have these little valves so that when it pushes, they open and the blood goes up. And when they stop pushing, it closes so the blood can't come back down. So your feet and legs act as a heart. And when you're standing so much of the time, that doesn't get a chance to pump. So you have to rock and you have to move your feet around so you can press different parts. You want to press, the front part, and you want to press the heel to relieve the pressure. In that way, you're pumping the leg, pumping the calves, you're moving different sets of muscles in the legs.
You're exactly right.
Help pump the blood back up so that I can stand again, and my legs won't be so heavy and tired.
I have a thought. Maybe this will work. Just trying to get the camera so you see me better without having to see. I want to be able to show my feet if I can. I'm just gonna get there. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll try to demonstrate. So when we're seated, as Ken was mentioning, and that's one of the things about when we do it at the Combat Air Museum on Wednesdays and Saturdays, because we have chairs, and it's real easy to do it both ways there. Most of Loman on Tuesdays we have chairs. So the other places in the garden and the zoo, we don't have chairs. So, that's why I ended up doing it standing. I'll figure this out. We'll figure it out. There'll be ways. We just haven't done them yet. So as we're inhaling, expand everything, every part of you expand. Your shoulders still stay like heavy. Your elbows are heavy. Your shoulders stay relaxed. Then just you can do the lion's roar. I can't do it here because my two little dogs, at least that one will just be scared to death if I roar. You guys can roar. Let's say we're gonna come around, inhaling as we're gonna come around, we're just gonna look a little bit over this knee. Inhale. Now, as we're going, I'm going to push down with this leg, especially at the heel. Heel that foot. It's going to turn my hip just a little. So exhale. Inhale back. So to inhale back, we're going to push down. Now this one you can push the heel. You can also push the whole foot, more of the ball. You can play with it. But as we push here, it's gonna turn the hip back. So we get the same sort of hip movement. And to be sure you know which one's doing it, I just put this one up in the air just a little bit off the floor. Then put it down and let it push. This one comes up. And it's kind of the same, got that, it's right in the arch of the foot, right there. It's where there's like a secondary supplemental pump to help pump the blood. And so, and if you go looking for it, you won't see it. But that whole foot is tiny little bones with all kinds of muscles and connective tissue. So every time we move it, move your foot like this, that's that pump, because the muscles are all pumping. We have to have those, all the way through the veins. Things that as we squeeze, it helps push the blood back up. So inhale, push here. This one's gonna sit down. As it sits down, I'm gonna put the heel first, then And gently roll the foot down so everything is connected. As I inhale back up, take the toes up first. Push it down. This one lifts up. And this one lift up with the toes first. And set it down, heel. Gradually let it roll down. Just let it mimic, let the hand show it what to do. So hit toes. Push with the heel. This one comes up. Heel. Roll it down. Inhale, toes come up. Heel stays down. I push with that heel. Comes up. But when we're tightening the toes, flexing the foot that way, then that's where we're getting that secondary pump right here. So helps pump the blood out of the extremities, get it back where we want it to be, get more oxygen, etc. Just play with it. I'm thinking it's going to show my toes later. Right here, just inhale, just like we were, and I'm going to push with this leg. And it's going to turn the hip. I'm going to inhale, push with this, the heel of this foot. And it's going to turn the hip. Inhale, push. Inhale, push. Now, if you have some neuropathy, you can push with different parts of the foot and just play with it. So say I've been pushing with the heel. I'm going to push with that heel. As I inhale over here, maybe I want to push the ball of foot, let the toes and the ball of foot here, push.
Different set of muscles are done when you do that.
Yeah. We're just giving all these different groups of muscles a chance to flex, get stronger, and more flexible. It's all about that. Maybe the whole foot down. When the whole foot is down, then you can feel it right in the arch part of your foot. You can feel that making stronger contact, so it's flattening out a little. But it's just the hip that's turning. When we sit down, people have a tendency to start twisting at the waist, but torso still stays as one working fundamental piece. So it's going to still stay here. My hands really aren't going to move. They're going to stay where they're at. I'm going to push. That lifts up this cheek, and then the hip can turn. Inhale. I push over here. First I come to neutral, and then it pushes. Inhale. First we just go back to neutral, and it really pushes. So, can alternate. There is that neutral spot that I pointed out, so that when let's say we're over here, we get to neutral, I'm going to push a little bit here. I can push with the ball and the toes. Then right here, I'm going to continue pushing, but I'm going to put the heel down and push. Here I'm going to inhale I'm gonna just put on the ball and the toes down. I'm gonna push on them, it gets me back to neutral. Now I have to go that way, I'm gonna put the whole foot down and really push down to the heel. Inhale, push the ball and the toes to here. Put that foot down, push the heel of the whole foot. Ball and toes, neutral, the whole foot down, or up to the whole foot of the heel, whatever you want to do. This also helps with sciatic nerve problems. If you have pain, you know, all of this kind of sciatic pain, because it ends, that nerve ends right back down in here. And so the more we can, you know, get it flexible, letting it feel everything around it flexing, then it has a place and a way to get rid of the pain. If you can consider, it's like wherever it starts, usually back up in here, and it's something is caught back here, it's pinched somehow, and it's wanting to let go of that pain. Well, you know, it can't. Where am I going to let go of the pain? Inhale and exhale, and it just, I don't know, where's it going to go? So we're going to open the door and give it an opportunity to let it go. So maybe we lift up our foot, put the heel down, out, and I'm going to lift up a little and pivot my hip. So this foot is pretty much at an angle, but it's pretty much straight. So I've got an opportunity now. Now I'm not going to sit up like that because that can pinch that. I'm going to go ahead and lean, keep it forward this way a little. But that gives that nerve, you know, everything is a chance to relax. Now, if you put your foot going straight forward, I think where you feel a little bit more on the inside of your leg and here. As soon as we lift up and exhale and just let that foot turn and set it down, then it moves to the back side, to the outside here. That part's flexing and having a chance to stretch. You don't have to try and stretch it. You know, let the body do what it wants to do. So, so if it's just putting it down and the foot forward, if that says, whoa, I haven't done that in a long time, what is this about? You'll still feel it back on the top of your buttocks back there. That part is engaged, and that's where that sciatic pain usually starts. So it's that, but it's relaxed. Now, if it feels too much, just lift your toe up. Then you can exhale and relax it down. Inhale up. And you'll feel this area up in here relax down. That any kind of tightness will let go. Feel it. Just put your fingers there. You can feel those muscles moving and everything's working. So this is good now. And foot straight forward is very comfortable. Then I'm just going to lift up my toes a little. Inhale. And as I exhale slowly, I'm going to let this foot, it's right here now, I'm just going to let it turn and start to relax down. And you decide where you want, maybe you stop here. We are here, maybe we just stop this and way and put it down. And that's a different stretch. It kicks more into the back of the calf. This whole area is where we want that to be, you know, strong and flexible and know how to relax, how to release. So this is it, then that's good. You get, and then it's like, okay, right now this was forward, I'm right about here. Exhale. And that foot a little bit more, but still off the ground. Maybe I want to now put the toes down. The toes are down. Then you feel a stretch all the way up the inside. You can feel it up here, going down. You can kind of, you lean this way.
Improvisation, Tai Chi.
Improv, that's right. That's why it's like hip hop. It's all improv. It's doing what feels good. So if you're like this, you're sitting up, and maybe you want to just put your elbow down and lean out, lean over this leg a little bit. And that will change the flex to start coming up your back from this part here over to about the middle of your spine, coming up a little bit and get some of these muscles, just because we leaned over. If I inhale up, bring it back to forward, lift up the magic string, put it down. Then we'll come over here, we'll do it here. Some inhale. Just put that foot down, heel down. Just gradually let it sink down. Anywhere in here, if it feels tight, then stop. Come back up and just think, ah, melting. Let's say it stops right there and goes, oh, I'm afraid we still have, what we're building is internal confidence as well in our ability to move and do these things. Because maybe it's been hurting. I don't know if I can do it. Inhale. Let's see if it wants to melt down. Maybe it melts that part. Inhale. Just imagine melting like ice on a 100-degree day. So right now it's going straight out this way. And I've got my toes down, put the ball of the foot down. That's one stretch. Now if you kind of emphasize the toes coming down and touching as well, then you're going to feel it across the top of your foot, right in here, up almost to the ankle. Inhale. Do that again. Just melt. And just do a little one. Just inhale. Put the toes down. Inhale.
Sounds like a place for a magic string, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic string always shows us, and the fingers always show us what to do. If it doesn't, I go grab that string off the toe and lift it up. Bend it and put it down. All that. But over here, let's go through the, so we have it down in front. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. And just turn it just a little on pivot on the heel and put it down. See how that feels. See if it wants to go all the way, but the toes are down, if it wants to stop someplace. Then inhale and just it's like letting it float down into the water. Gravity just gently pulls it down. Inhale up again. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a turn. And the awareness, you'll feel it on the outside of your foot, you'll feel the muscles right here on your foot. And you'll feel it start right up in here.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing about doing it slowly. Inhale, then just exhale. Because when you exhale and relax, it will just melt and things will be then able to move. Maybe arthritis or something's holding them. Toes up, put back down. Put my elbows over here. Inhale and just see how it feels. You can lean over to the outside of this knee a little bit. You feel it a little bit more coming up here. Inhale and then exhale and then go back. Take your time. Fill up. So we know we've got all kinds of energy, oxygen, food, everything that's going to keep us healthy, healthy, healthy. Get rid of the old stuff, put in the new stuff, and then just tuck your chin and rolls down, relaxes. Let the hands exchange places. The other hand's going to come up the inside as I inhale up. I'm going to exhale down the inside of the other foot, leg. And here, let it come around outside. Sorry. Inhale and exhale, the same hand down the outside. Tuck your chin and everything, just let everything go right there. And inhale up. Same hand inhales all the way up. And the other hand's going to come here, inside of the thigh. Tuck your chin, just exhale. Let everything exhale, melt, melt. Ah, hot sun on an ice cube. Makes a puddle. Hand comes around. Down. Come over here now. Slide down. So you'll have a chance to slide down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and up. Both legs, both hands. When we're doing that, we're going to be flexing different muscles here right over the hip. Kind of where the sciatica is. It's where people get a lot of low back pain because they've spent so much time arching their back. Because when you exhale, that back is going to tailbone will tuck in again, and you'll just want to let go of everything. Just move around whatever you feel like it. From here, inhale up. This sort of thing you do on your own. It's your own Tai Chi improv. But it's how we can get so simply get rid of pain. All these places that tend to get locked up. And like Ken had mentioned, every time we're doing that, we put a little pressure down on that foot, and we kind of push up with the heel. Push pressure down on this one, maybe the toes float up. Push down the heel, maybe the toes want to anchor down. Just let the feet do whatever they want. Toes down, heel up, toes up, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside. And when we've done the lift it, set it down, outside, lift it, set it down, inside. You'll get different muscles if you leave the heel down. And we're just gonna like roll it outside, roll it inside. So you're pivoting on the heel and letting the foot twist so it's down on the outside here. And that's gonna engage all kinds of things on the top of the foot, the muscles and things up into the ankle. And then turn it to the other side down. Feel the same way. So we're not moving the knee. The knee, you'll feel this bone moving in the joint, but we're not moving the knee joint itself. It's almost all with the toes and the ankles. Pivot, turn. Inhale, inhale, inhale. The joy of doing it slowly. Breath. Inhale, comes up, pivoting on the heel here. And turn it so it's going to go down, sit down on the outside. If the toes don't want to relax down, just really blow the air out. Come back up. Pivot around so it's going to go down on the inside. do more of these kinds of things with the feet, it's going to help with sciatic. It's getting all of it. It gets flexed, it gets stronger. It's more used to moving than, you know, if we're in so many of our shoes now, inserts, insoles, all that, and they have a lot of structure around them, especially if you have tennis shoes. It's all built a lot of structure. And so then it makes it harder for your toes and everything to move. They need to spend some time barefoot or socks, whatever, you know, you want to wear, but just letting the foot move. That's going to help you with your stability as well, because the toes, they're moving, stretching, down, inhale, we're pumping the blood, getting it up there. But also, you know, when you stand up, the feet, the toes, everything has a chance to kind of spread out and see what the terrain is like. You know, stand there and kind of sink into the white sugary sand. The toes can spread out a little bit, just kind of. And so every part of your foot is going to feel the connection with sugary sand, carpet, or whatever you're at. So it's going to help more internal confidence, saying, oh, I can do this. I was afraid to stand up, but I can do this. I was afraid to take a step, but look at me. There's a step. I'll follow it up with another step. Or maybe I want to come back. Whatever you want to do, it's all improv with you and your body. I hope I've not dusted the image of hip hop at all, but it's just, you know, it's improv. It's going with the flow, going with the beat, your own drummer. You know, dancing to the beat of your own different drummer. The whole difference is we just do it slower. Now, you're all warmed up. You can do it. You can do it faster. You can do whatever you want. It's up to you. But we can warm up with Tai Chi. Take the time to relax and let your body go. Everything go and relax. Do what feels like the right thing for you. If either of you guys are doing head spins, I want to know about it, okay? If you start doing the worm or you're spinning on your shoulders, your feet in the air, on your head, I want pictures, okay?
You'll see that soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see that myself.
I go down, I need help getting back up, but what is the word?
I never was much of a dancer. I ain't had no rhythm any kind.
Well, maybe we're giving you some rhythm now.
There we go, there we go.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Inhale.
Really.
Put on whatever favorite music you like, and if it's fast music, just take one beat per measure. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't think of any music right now. Then just take it 1, 1, slow it down. And stay with the rhythm of the music. Inhale and exhale over. Tuck your chin. Tuck your chin. That way you get a really nice stretch up your neck and help get rid of headache. Tuck your chin. All right, my friends. I feel like it's time to say, see ya.
Okay.
Wax on. wax off.
Wax off. Okay.
See you later, alligator. Wax on, wax off. Okay.
Right.
Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope it was fun for you.
It was a pleasure.
It was
Madon,
a pleasure.
Charles.
Yeah,
Have a
it
great
was.
weekend, Charles.
Okay, you too, Ken.
Yeah.
Stay out of the sun is what I'm gonna do.
Sorry, what are you going to do?
Well,
I say I'm gonna stay out of the sun.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, well, I got to, I'm on medication and she told me I gotta stay out of the sun and the heat, so.
I think that's a good medication for everyone. Stay out of the sun, keep the humidity.
Yeah,
It's going to be a scorcher today. So, okay. Take care, guys. See you
Okay.
later.
yeah,
See.
see y'all
Tomorrow
later.
night, I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be at the Air Museum tomorrow with other people. I have some new people that are going to be over the next week or so joining us out there, which will be good.
Okay.
Well, I hope
Every time I
John,
go through there going up Oklahoma, I think about you when I do the Air Comeback Museum and I go down
Yeah,
35, yeah.
yeah. They keep getting more things. It's really fascinating. And the thing I love is it's all volunteers, and the volunteers are all veterans who worked on those planes. They flew them. They were the navigator. They ran the radar equipment. It's their personal history, and the artwork. Just about every square inch of wall in the hangars is filled with art, and it's planes that the guys. This is what I flew. This is the glider I repaired in England before we actually ended World War II. It's all kinds of planes and gliders and things, and they're very personal. There's some amazing artists that things that they did on a pencil on a little pad they had. And they took a break when they were repairing the plane or the glider, whatever, and made this really nice sketch. And they're framed and the story about them. And that particular one, then after the war went on to work for Walt Disney, and he did many of the animations and things for Disney. So
Wow.
it's an amazing and interesting place to look at for art too.
Yeah, I really want to stop. When I go to the visiting hours, are they on weekends or just anytime? Mainly weekend?
Oh, they're open. Yes, they're open. Saturday,
for sure.
yes, they're open
Yeah,
every
Saturday.
day. They may have reduced hours, but they also have a Facebook.
I just think about it when I go through there, going to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
We'll just go, hey Siri. Just go, hey Siri.
Oh,
That's
Or on
good.
your phone. Is the
Are they
comment
open?
open? But and the weather,
hello.
because the hangars are obviously not
Hello.
heated or, it's nice not
All
to
right.
be at extremes either way. But
Yeah, back.
Well, I'm gonna leave you off to your
Yeah,
own
next
devices.
time when I go
I'm
through
gonna
there, I'll see y'all later. Have a good
chilly now.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
take care, everybody.
Bye
Bye.
bye.